What has been happening in the housing market in 2023 and what can we expect for next year? Matthew, talk to us. Talk to us about interest rates.
Casey, interest rates, they are on an upward trajectory. Let me share my screen here with you. They have gone, it's been the best 6 week period in 40 years for the bond markets. Green is good. As we see, we were in a 6 month downward trend, you can see here, and that has turned. If we look here at the charts, we've now had over the last 6 weeks this upward movement on this chart for mortgage backed securities. Higher means lower interest rates. And so we have seen interest rates move from close to 8% down to around 7.2% as of this last year. What that means, if you are interested in buying a home, what this means to you is a lower monthly payment, more affordability. It also could potentially mean more people back out searching for homes, making applications. But Casey, the why? Why is this happening? Why have we seen the turn? Today we got jobs report. It's jobs week. That's really exciting stuff in the world of mortgages because it's really impactful numbers. And so we are very, very interested in knowing what happened. And so the expectation was 190,000 jobs created on the BLS jobs report. That's the government jobs report. We got slightly higher than expectations. However, the past 2 months were revised downward. This has been happening really, really consistently. Now, part of the reason why this could have been a slightly higher number here is because there were over 47,000 workers coming back, United Auto Workers Union coming back to work, film industry, writers coming back to work. The biggest thing this morning, the bond markets were on a roller coaster, but mainly because average hourly earnings were higher than expectations. Now, the other thing that happened was unemployment dropped from 3.9% to 3.7%. This actually happened for the right reasons. Sometimes this report, it's a household survey. They actually call 20,000. They call many, many homes, and it's through phone calls that they get this unemployment number. But it was people returning to work, and that's the right reason for the unemployment rate to drop. Now, the biggest reason that we have seen interest rates moving lower is because this is an indicator that the markets believe the Fed is finished with raising rates. And if they're finished with raising rates, that means eventually they'll start to lower rates. We're thinking next year, 2024, maybe March, April, May, somewhere in that time frame. If in that time frame they also start to ease on quantitative tightening or finish that. And the reason for that is if we look at the trend in jobs, you see this is for ADP, that's private payrolls, BLS, that's the job report for both of them. You can see there's a lot of volatility, but here from 2021 till current, we see a really consistent trend. There are less jobs being created on a monthly basis. This is a slowing economy from a big picture view, not necessarily a recession as of yet, but the markets are looking to that saying if the economy is slowing, if there's less jobs being created, that means the Fed is probably done hiking interest rates. And that's why we're seeing this improvement happening right now. So those are really, really important things that are impacting interest rates right now. Hey, Casey, by the way, side note, why was the house so cool? It had an open
Why?
door policy. No, really?
No.
Oh my gosh. All right. Well, then say, why don't you tell us what's been happening? We got the monthly market snapshot from the Northwest MLS. What is happening with real estate? What does all this mean
Yeah.
for people wanting to buy homes on the side of real estate?
Yeah. So what we're seeing as we scroll down this screen, we're just comparing, in Washington State, 2022 of last year to this year. And so you see active sales are down a bit. We've got new listings down a bit, pending sales. Months of inventory is at almost where it was at this time last year. A normal market would be between 4 to 6 months of inventory. We're quite a bit lower still. And so this is really what's causing the next part, which is median price. Median price is actually going up. this is kind of a surprise ending to 2023. I think a lot of people thought there was going to be this housing bubble was going to burst, and and yet here we are. We've had such little supply that demand has actually driven prices up. And really, with this lower volume, let's talk a little bit about pent up supply. This is, I think, going to be really important for 2024. We have, all these months of showing, less volume in sales. And what this means for 2024 or 2025 is that we have a lot of buyers and sellers, both that have been sitting on the sidelines that are going to get back into the game. And as interest rates lower, I think we're going to see a lot more activity in the market.
Hmm. So would you recommend that like now is a good time? Is there an opportunity right now for people who are thinking about buying a
Absolutely.
home?
Yeah, I
Gotcha.
would. Yeah. Especially around the holidays, it's a bit slower. There's still some cancel listings, some temporarily off market listings you can look into, see if people are still interested in selling, and you can make things work. Once the market gets busy, there's less room to negotiate. So now is kind of the time to move before everyone else does.
And with those concessions, we're still able to use those as tools to get rates down as well. And these are all really valuable things. Hey, while we're at it, just for this week, will you do us a favor? This is just kind of for
Oh
fun.
yeah. All right. If Santa could bring you a new house, what features would be on your wish list? You want to leave a comment, show us what you think, what you would want on your wish list. I know I would want a mini wiener dog in my house for sure. I guess that's less about house features, but
Yeah, for me, it was a house, for a garage, not a house. It was a garage attached to the
just
house,
want a house.
just the house. I just wanted four walls and a roof.
Yeah,
That's it.
goals.
That was enough. Okay. Well, look, we've got a lot of big things coming up. Casey, what have we got coming up in the next couple weeks?
Yeah, well, next week we have a bit more of a dive into what's going to happen in 2024. We have more predictions to talk to you all about, so that'll be really exciting. We are also going to be displaying our ugly Christmas sweaters and doing a little competition.
Oh,
And you guys can vote on who has the best sweater.
me, for sure.
We'll
It's
see about
not revealed yet, but it'll be mine. I can just tell you that. We'll see you next week.